Alrighty. Alrighty, here we go. Let's see if we can get anyone. Alright, skaters. So usually on Tuesdays, I go live on Instagram. And so today we're going to try this on YouTube. We'll see if we can get anyone here. If nobody comes here on this one, I don't know. I might just shut it down and flip on over to Instagram. But I got one person. I got one person already. Well, okay, you guys, you know, because it's YouTube, I can't have the music on the background, which bums me out. Hey, Miranda. Hello. Is it Ronnie? Because people better not be calling you Ronnie. Anyway. Hey, Candace. How you doing? Oh, my God. Okay, here we go. Hey, we got people. All right, so here's the deal. Again, I've never gone on Facebook Live, but I've done Instagram a ton live. You guys can ask me anything. That means you can ask me about how to do something, like how do you do transition or whatever it is you're working on. You can ask me personal questions, no problem. You can ask me stuff about my past. You can ask me about my family. Anything related to roller skating, that would be preferable. But if you, hello, Mississippi, feel free to ask me anything, okay? Alrighty, here we go. I saw London. Tell me where you guys are from. I love to see where everyone's from. So check in. Let me see where you're from. Can you touch on backward crossovers? Yes, I can. How do you start? What are you talking about? Starting in skating? I'm just going to touch on some of your questions right now. Dallas, what's up? Love it. Michigan, Ohio, Australia, of course. Texas. Do I also rollerblade? You know, I had a brief moment of rollerblading back in the early 90s like everyone else. I'm not saying I hate it or anything. It's okay. I want to do more tricks, but sometimes I overthink it. For those of you who overthink things, hit me up later in this broadcast. I'm going to talk about that specifically. Hello, Vermont. You're scared to stop. I understand. Alrighty. So, South Carolina, hello. So I've got my friend Rolly Locks here, and Rolly is the one who films and edits all my videos. Hello, Chicago, South Carolina. We're gonna flip the camera around, and she's gonna read to me your guys' questions, because most of them might be on skates. So I'll be able to show you what needs to be done and answer your questions. Alrighty, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna get her. Hello, Wisconsin. I like straight up. I'm from the United States. I love it. Okay, we're gonna flip this camera around. I'm gonna give it to Rolly. Here's my friend Rolly, by the way. Well, we gotta do it this way. Say hi, girl. Yes, okay. So let me flip this thing around. Here we go. Alrighty. Alrighty. Let's talk. Questions. Again, they can be about skating. They can be about me.
How do you keep going forward?
How do you keep going forward? So, I'm going to ask you a question. Are you saying that once you start skating forward, you're coming to a stop? You're not being able to maintain momentum? Is that it? Answer me back. Because here's...
Oh boy.
What happened?
You are getting a lot of questions, Dirty. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay, it's all right. I'm just going to talk about general progression forward. When you are having trouble maintaining or gaining momentum, I need you to change up your strides, okay? So when we first start out skating, we start out with our feet in a V position, and our goal is to get our upper body over the top of each skate, side to side. So I shift my body weight to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. The most important thing is that I maintain the same amount of time, pressure, and force on each skate. I cannot do this. I can't go. I need the same amount of time, pressure, and force in a rhythmic fashion. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go down and up, down and up. Each time that you do that, you are going to actually be skating on one foot and then the other. Make sure that the body weight is down to hold your roll, up to change your roll, down to hold your roll, up to change, and you will gain natural momentum. I hope hope that answered your question.
Backward crossovers.
So backward crossovers. These are two different things we're talking about. Technically, this is a backward crossover. This is a backward cross pull. Okay? More than likely, you might be talking about this, but we're going to talk about both. Generally, you're going to use a cross pull when you head into the corner. When we're going down a straight, you might want to use a cross over. All you have to do, it's not that difficult. You're going to have your body weight down. You're going to shift your body weight to one side. With this hip, I pick up my foot and cross it over. Weight is now forward, and on this foot, other foot comes around. Lift with the hip and over. The second I come into the corner is when I rotate my upper body so that I can see my end point. Okay? I'm looking this way. This opens up my shoulder. It opens up my hip. Put your weight on the outside foot. Lift your inside foot. Extend. Once you're in this position, bring the body weight up and cross. Now the cross part's going to be the hardest. But most people fail right at the beginning because they just don't even look. You gotta look into the corner. Look, opens up your hip, opens up your shoulder, then your hip, okay? Weight's on this foot. I'm looking down my arm. Pick up from the hip, drop it down and together, release. Together, release. You know I got a whole video on this, don't you? Because it's so technical. I really need you to watch the whole backward skating playlist. And guys, I don't want to beg here, but my God, could you just let the ads run a little bit? I'm working hard making these videos. If you let the ads run, guess what? YouTube and Google toss me, 50 cents or something. They're like, why, thank you, Dirty. Here's a pittance. And, I need it. So feel free to watch them ads.
You look pretty.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
Would
I'm
like
never
to
gonna turn down
know
a compliment, right?
how you got your name.
Dirty Deborah Harry. Okay, this is fun. So I joined roller derby in 2005 after already being a seasoned skater my whole life. When I joined roller derby, on my team, the OC Roller Girls, there was only 7 people. So I showed up and they're like, you have to have a roller derby name. And I was like, what? Because I'm Deborah, whatever. And I go, what are you talking about? Yeah, everyone changes their name. You change your name because you're making some semblance of a transformation. Now you're going to become a roller derby star and you got to change your name. I was against this, okay? Because I was already a skater and I didn't know what I was getting into. But all I was like, I haven't skated in ages, but I'm going to come and I'm going to kick ass at this because this allows me to roller skate and hit people, to pound out my aggressions on others. You have no idea how valuable that was for me, how enticing that was for me. So they said, well, you got to have a name. And then they started calling me other names because I hadn't agreed to give myself a nickname. You don't give yourself a nickname. That's just silliness. No one gets. A nickname is bestowed upon you by some friend who makes fun of you. That's how nicknames are done. You don't walk in one day and die, I got a nickname for myself. So anyway, I was like, shoot, I got to come up with a name because they kept calling me Art Skate because I was an artistic skater at one time. And I was like, people, you don't even know what that means. No. So basically, I told my brother, you got to come up with a name. So he calls me back 4 days later and he's like, Dirty Deborah Harry. So essentially what we did was we took the Dirty Harry character, Clint Eastwood, and we took Deborah Harry from Blondie and we decided that they would have a bizarre love child and that would be me, because I have anger issues sometimes and very cool about it, but I'm prone to violence. And then Deborah Harry, because who doesn't want to be Deborah Harry? So for all of you young people who are now like, who's Deborah Harry? I have no idea what you're talking about. Just go check out the band Blondie and you will forever be in my debt for introducing you to some of the best music from the 1980s, okay? So that's how I got the name. So I was Dirty Deborah Harry after that, and then just dirty all the time. And now I never wanted to give it up. Why would you give that up, right? So it's funny because now when I introduce myself, I say to normal people and say, hi, my name's Dirty. They're like, what the? And then I'm just like, just go with it. Just go with it. So anyway, long story long, that's it. That's how I got my name.
Trying to do backward scissors.
Yes.
And I can't pull my heels together.
Okay.
Any tips?
Okay, yeah,
Yes,
sure.
I love your videos.
Thank you. When we're doing backward scissors, so when we're thinking about scissors, this is kind of what I believe people are calling bubbles. When they're calling bubbles, they're calling this a bubble because, hey, that looks like a bubble. I think that's pretty clear. That's pretty good, right? Scissors are going to be when you cross it, right? Down, cross. All right. You've got to start off with your feet like this. The number one thing you have to do is not directly look down. You know, you got your toes together, you can feel it. Now start dropping your body weight to the point where your knees are touching and your thighs are touching, and you are essentially closed for business. Put your arms out to the side. Now, I want you to take a big deep breath and drop your body weight down. As it naturally pushes out, go with it. Don't stop it, okay? You're gonna be, here I am, I'm down, I'm nice and secure. Drop my body weight down, lean over the top. As soon as it gets out beyond my hips is when I start sucking in my gut and lifting up. So feet are here. I push down, then suck up my gut. The minute that I suck up my gut, my feet go whoop to cross each other. That cross is the most difficult part. So it's down, 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 down. Up with the gut, up with the gut. You've got to cross your feet. It's the heels that have to move. The heels can only move if the vast majority of your weight is on the ball of your foot or forward. Okay, you're gonna have to get that down. So here's what I suggest. You're like this. I want you, let's just put your feet together, put your arms out to the side. I want you to lean forward a little bit, but notice my chin, shoulders are back. I'm leaning forward just a little bit. I'm on the ball of my foot. You know why? I can go like this. See? I can lift up my heel. The reason why I can lift up my heels is I'm right over the, what's it called? An axle, over the ball of your foot. I'm going like this. I'm depressing my toe over the front. Okay, when I do that, I can lift my heel. So what I want you to do is practice this. Put your feet like this and practice 1 up, 2 up, 1 up, 2 up. Get used to doing this, then roll. Let it roll, let it roll, let it make some noise. As I tell the little kids here, make some noise. Do that over and over, and then it's easy to flip your heels in any direction. Alrighty?
Okay, I think that kind of addressed backward skating tips. Because,
yeah.
What do you think?
Well,
you want to
backward
elaborate
skating,
on
yeah,
that?
let's just go through it top to bottom real quick.
Okay.
Chin up, shoulders straight across, snack area. Tight. This, fun zone. Down. Arms out. This, slightly forward. Let me turn sideways. Slightly forward, okay? Then I'm going to rock my body weight to the right. As soon as I do this, the left heel comes up because I have so much weight over here. This allows, when I throw it back, it's gonna start rolling, rolling, rolling. So when you tell me I have a problem with my left foot, I always write back and say, you don't have a problem with your left foot, you got a problem with your right foot. Because you know how I make my left foot go? I go like this. It's ready now. And skate, skate, skate. When you're skating backwards, you start off on the ball of your foot, the weight, and then it rocks to the opposite foot, back truck, back truck, back truck, back, and back. When you rock it back, don't rock this back, okay? I think that's the best tip ever.
How do you do a transition? I have been practicing for months.
Oh, okay. So listen, if you've been practicing your transition for months and you're not getting it, first of all, we have to address frustration. It can build to the point where you're just like, oh my God, am I the only skater on earth who can't do a transition? I want you to join the club because transitions and difficulty executing transition is absolutely the number one most difficult thing that people deal with and write to me about. So please know that you're in a giant club of people who are frustrated with their transition. It's not just you. Oftentimes, and this may sound weird, you're having difficulty with your transition because you're doing it too slow, okay? I want you to watch the playlist that has not only transitions, turning, and spinning, because I want you to work more on your spinning at this point. I'm going to assume if you've been working for months and you're struggling with doing a transition, stay off. If you're being challenged with this, okay, with this, I want you to scrap all that. You've probably done all that and you're still frustrated. I want you to work on spinning, okay? Because ultimately, and I'm gonna make a video about this, I want you to be able to do it this way. I want you to be able to, we're gonna go scissor, scissor, out, spin, okay? But your spin is just gonna come to a backward, okay? And I want you to now stop thinking about a transition in the way that you've thought about it before. We're gonna think of these as tight spins where you stop at a 180, okay? So I will make this video, probably gonna do it tonight now that I'm so into it. Probably release it next week since you just gave me the best idea for a video yet, okay? Don't give up. Just forget everything you think you already know, because obviously that brain, that neuron thread ain't working. Might not even be your fault, okay? Let's just get on to the spinning thing. Watch the video next week that I'm gonna make tonight. We'll work on it, okay? All right.
So you have quite a few of just no demonstration questions.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want me to
Fire.
flip?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
do you want to hold it?
Oh yeah,
Whatever you want.
you asked me.
Okay. How do I get a skate team together?
Okay, if you're talking about a skate team, are you just talking about a group of friends to skate with? Are you talking about how to get on an existing team? Or are you know, because if you just want to formulate a team together, is it something that's just recreational? Then just go out and skate. Be prepared to be super friendly to any person who smiles at you. Say hello to everyone. Put it out on social media that you're looking for people to skate with. Trust me, there's so many people looking to skate these days. So it would be a great thing. If you're looking to get on a specific, already developed skate team, you're just gonna basically have to put together a video and send it direct to them, okay? Knock yourself out.
How do I know when my skate wheels are too loose?
Okay, when your skate wheel, the actual wheel on the axle is too loose, when it has movement that makes a lot of sound, when you can take your wheel and go like that, it's too loose, okay? If you cannot make any, hold on one second. Hey, Don, go take care of that, yeah. So, sorry, with, you know, every once in a while, the delivery people just show up. Okay, so if it's all chung like that, you got to tighten it down a little bit. You don't want a whole bunch of wiggle room, just enough to make that wheel spin nice and fast.
Why does my lower back get so sore when I skate? That's from AJ.
Let me tell you a little story. So when I got back into skating in 2005, I started playing roller derby. And I had been an artistic skater and a rink rat session skater my entire childhood, up until the time I was like 22. So I hadn't skated for a span of time. I'd go out and skate like once a year. So I got into roller derby and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this. My back hurt so bad. My back hurt every single practice. I couldn't believe it. And I hope, time out, yeah? Did you sign for it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, we're good. All right, so anyway, back to my story. My back hurt like crazy. So, also, my shins were killing me. Like, I was dead from the knee down. I couldn't understand why. So I went over to my parents' house, and if you guys have been following me at all when I'm posting my family pictures, my family's deep into skating, right? So I asked my dad, I said, I don't know what's going on, but my lower back is killing me, and I'm dead from the knee down. So my dad is so awesome. He's so amazing. He's like, oh, just real straight up. Oh, your back hurts? Your back hurts when you skate? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, well, lose weight. And I'm like, all right, Dad. Thanks for that. Okay. And you know what? I mean, it was true. I did need to lose weight because that was causing undue pressure, right? But the biggest concern that I have with my skates had too small of a heel on them, and it was putting me in an awkward position from what I was generally used to, and that was causing strain on my back, and it was causing strain in my calves. Once I got boosted up on a bigger heel on my skate, everything went away, okay? But I still followed my dad's advice, try to, shed a few pounds here and there because it's necessary.
How do you keep from falling backward?
Falling backwards is probably one of the easiest things to avoid. Number one, because your body and your brain, they don't want to fall backwards. They really don't want to fall backwards. Your brain knows that's bad. Like, it will do everything. It's like, we're going to throw our wrist down. We're going to do everything we can because your brain is trying to protect the back of your head. In figure skating, we are taught that when we fall to push our chin forward here so that we do not hit the back of our heads. But we're doing big jumps in the air and falling, landing backwards and falling. So here's what you can do just as a general case. The reason why you're falling backwards is because you're skating and your upper body is going so far back that the skates end up shooting out in front of you. I need you to have your body weight down, shift your shoulders just a little bit forward so this part of your body is over the top of your skate. So when you skate forward, I need you over the top of my skate, over the top of my skate. Try not to overcorrect when you think you're gonna fall. So a lot of times people think they're gonna fall. Instead of getting down low, they pop up, and that's when these shoulders go back behind, and that's when you fall. So don't do that. Okay.
I'm a beginner skater, and I'm scared of skating down the driveway hill.
Sure.
So what is the easiest way to go down?
Honey, just take off your skates and walk down that hill.
Crystal.
Right. Listen, if you're a beginner skater, let's stroll here. If you are a beginner skater, skating down your driveway is terrifying for a reason, because it's difficult. It's a difficult thing to master, and it's a difficult thing to become casually, okay with. I'm telling you, when I put on my skates and I have to skate, usually I'm with my dogs though, and I have to skate down my little driveway, trust me, I'm thinking about the whole situation. So, realistically, the best time to practice going down your driveway is after you've already been skating a little bit. So I would go down my driveway, put my skates on, skate a little bit, and then when I felt warm and comfy and my legs were feeling good and I felt like I had good control over everything, then I might sashay myself up to the top of the driveway and then try going down. Two things I want you to work on. Number one is going to be a plow stop. Stay right there, I'm coming to you. You start at the top of your driveway, arms out, chin up, shoulders straight across, snacks tight. You're gonna push forward. I want you to get down and push your legs out like this, okay? Once you push your legs out like this, it's going to slow you down. It is going to slow you down. It's plow stops. I need you to watch the video about plow stops, okay? It's probably the very first video I ever made was about plow stops. That shows you how important I think it is. The other one is this. They're called chop stops. I need you to go forward, and you're gonna end up pushing your heel out and stopping yourself like that to go down. The other one is straight, my favorite. As soon as you learn this, driveways will never defeat you. I'm gonna just turn around real quick and do it backwards. I have a whole video on how to skate downhill backwards that will help. But before you attempt skating down your driveway, get warmed up first, then put your skates, get back up the driveway and go down it, okay? Don't just walk out of the house and be like, today's a good day. And be like, the first thing I'm gonna do is the thing that I'm most afraid of. I'm gonna skate down the driveway. It doesn't have to be like that, okay?
Chris would like to know how, sorry, something came up.
Yeah.
How to get comfortable balancing on one foot for longer than 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm practicing, but it's just so slow going.
Okay, so you have to do this off skates a lot. And it's not that difficult to do off skates as far as finding the time and space to practice, okay? So let's just go over here. One hand, one arm, right? Down, shift your weight towards the wall, lift the outside foot, do a figure 4 and hold. Chin up, shoulders straight across, snacks tight, arm out, okay? Do those kind of balance exercises over and over off skates. Then put your skates on, feel the weight, and do that over and over and over. And then when you finally get on skates, I want you to do it like this. I want you to do your scissors together, 1, scissor together, 2, scissor together, 3. I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but there's so many commonalities in every single thing I'm talking about. Do you notice chin's always up, shoulders are always straight, snacks are tight, arms are out. This happy area is seated down, right? It's all the same stuff. I lean onto one foot so I can do something with the other. All the same stuff. Commonalities are involved in there's basically like 5 things you got to know how to do when you're skating. We just mix them up and try different things.
This is Will.
Yes.
He's from Australia, and he wonders if you know of any good places to skate in Australia.
Well, of course. Do you live in Tasmania by chance? Yes, of course. I've been to Australia. Actually, I've taught in Australia 5 different times, so I've been all over. I feel like, God darn, now I'm like, I can't think of specific rinks. But there are places to skate, and obviously you have tons of coastlines. So if you live by the beach, there's a ton. So people from Australia, please step in right now and tell them where there's a good rink. Because there's Caribbean, right? I know that place. That's a good one. I know there's roller rinks there. Go ahead.
Okay, Melinda said she's taken 2 of the best classes from you at RollerCon, and wants to know the best advice that you could give being more stable on her skates. She still feels like she's a hot mess.
Okay. So RollerCon is great. This year would have been my 14th year teaching at RollerCon, but unfortunately RollerCon is canceled this year due to COVID. And thank you for bringing that up, because I love teaching at RollerCon, and I love all of the skaters that come. And it's just been a blessing for me over the years to teach all of you. It's just been so great. So when we're talking about being more stable, I truly believe it's very simple. Okay? You have to learn how to glide on your skates. The challenge with roller derby is a game played on skates. It lends itself to a certain style of skating, which can be quite chaotic. When you get on the floor, there's this idea that everyone's in competition, everything has to be fast, everything is real like herky-jerky, everyone's running into each other, you have to jump and turn, and everything's very aggressive. In order to feel really stable on your skates, you need to flip that idea and decide that grace is your new friend, okay? You're gonna need to skate over the top of each skate and side to side, same amount of time and pressure and force on each skate over the top, and then swing it back. Okay, so stay right there. I'm gonna come to you a bit. So instead of like in Derby, we're always like, this kind of skating. I want you now to think of it this way. Drop your body weight and go to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. I've got my body weight down, I lift it up, and I transfer it over, okay? So let's do that again. Again, in roller derby, there's this idea that everything in skating is just this working hard, and then you gotta turn, you gotta do all this crazy stuff. I need you to work on the glide. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Drop your body weight. Feel your body weight over one skate. Feel it lifting up. Feel it yourself applying your body weight to the other side. Just work on that. And this might be controversial, but I want you to try to skate without your pads, without your helmet. I want you to start skating with some semblance of order, okay? You're gonna look at yourself and my shoulders are in the right position, my snack area's tight, my arms are down. I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna breathe. And I'm gonna glide. And glide. And glide. And glide. Glide to the side. To the side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Focusing on breathing, focusing on the weight being over the top of the skate. You will end up creating natural momentum and speed from that, no problem. We got to change our minds a little bit so that you can get stable. Once you get your glide and you get stable, then we can turn up the volume and get aggressive again. I hope that wasn't too long. I hope I answered your question.
Magic Mop would like to know how to jump the apex.
Well, okay. Now we're got right into the aggressive part of this. First of all, you play roller derby, yes, because you want to jump the apex. I am sure there's a S-load of videos on how to jump the apex, so you're going to have to go watch those because there is no way I'm going to show you how to do it here. But I'll tell you this, I do have some videos on basically how to do a bunny hop, which is a good one because that's a jump that takes you in a forward position from here to the next position. I have different videos that teach you revolution jumps that will be helpful. But essentially, if you can really learn how to hold your left outside edge going into the apex and then following through with your right leg, knee up, 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 and then landing either right or flipping it over to the left by doing a little kind of like bicycle motion, you can land that. But I'll be right here to tell you I ain't jumping no apex right now. All right, what's next? Thank you for asking, though. I appreciate it. What?
Tips for how to get your outside wheels down when doing a T-stop.
Okay. That's actually a really good question. Thank you. That's an interesting one, so that's good.
Ilana.
Okay, Ilana, let's talk about that. Because what you're talking about a T-stop. So if we put our feet like this, shoulders across, snacks tight, arms out, bend your knee. We push off, and we need to put this foot down. You need to get your outside wheels down, right? I get it. What I want you to do is, here's your toes. I want you to stick this pinky toe down. When I put weight on my pinky toe and put it down, it takes my skate. My skate goes, and then my wheels
Do you
will
want me
hit
to
first.
get a close-up?
Yeah, so let's try that. Okay, so I have my foot like this, and I go like this with my pinky toe down, and that's gonna put my outside wheels down. Same for if I wanna stop with my inside wheels, I put my big toe down. Big toe down. Okay? So get that little pinky toe down. Pinky toe down. Other ways, you could think of it this way. Can I say this on YouTube? I used to call it a toe boner. I get my big toe up. So I get my big toe up, and it'll set your back down. So you either think of that, it's pinky toe down or big toe up. That'll get your outside wheels down first. Guaranteed. Alrighty. Call the toe boner. What else we got?
Can you clarify the difference between outside angle versus inside angle?
Okay,
Maybe edge.
we're going to talk about edges here. Yeah, no problem.
That
This is a
is
simple
Marina.
one. So edges,
Marina.
you have inside edges and outside edges. Here's my right. I'm in neutral right here. My knee is over the top of my skate, and weight is neither on the outside or the inside. Now I'm going to press down harder, and I'm going to take my knee and push it to the inside. Put it over my big toe. That's my inside edge, where primary weight is on the inside wheels. When I push my knee over my baby toe, primary weight is on the outside. So my outside edges. So I'm going to come towards you, and I'm going to do a right outside edge so you understand what I'm saying. Okay? So I'm going to skate forward. I'll be on one foot, down, over my baby toe. That's my outside edge. I'll show you my inside edge, same thing. Right foot, down, over big toe. Boom! That's my right inside. Same for the left. Same for the backward too. Back outside edge, back inside edge. Okay? Direction of weight.
Do the skills that you teach work on inline skates? That's from Nick Higgs.
Yeah. I've been getting this a lot. For the most part, yes. For the most part, yes. And then you're going to adapt it a little bit. And you're going to feel when those adaptations need to be made. Trust me. But for the most part, yeah. Skating is so similar, ice to roller. There are some definite times when you're just like, this ain't the same thing. Like every time I put on ice skates, I will trip over the toe pick initially, and then I'll realize, oh, okay, there it is. So it's gonna feel, especially for ice skaters or rollerbladers to go to quads, it feels clunky, heavy, too much underneath there. Once you get a feel for it, all of the body rotation, the chin up, shoulder, all of this is completely the same. Yeah.
Jasmine wants to know, how can she feel more safe when jumping?
Jumping. Interesting. Well, number one, when you're jumping, are you practicing a specific jump? If you are trying to do a specific jump and you're saying, I want to jump a 180 or something like that, that has to be practiced off skates first. Then when you do it, let's have you try to do something before you do it. Jumping's hard just to say, okay, I'm gonna do this jump that I'm working on. It's always easier if you do something else beforehand. So let's say I just wanna do a simple 180. I will skate forward and I'll go 1, 2, 3, just up, and then I'll push it out and something like that. Try that. Now, if you're talking about jumping as I need to get over obstacles when skating outside, the next video I'm filming this week is going to be called basically like happy feet and lifting. And it's all about how to pick up your feet and do small, little, micro movements to get over all that junk you see in the streets. All right?
Okay, we got a good one here, or curious. Justinus wants to know, what's the quickest way to stop outdoors, but plow stops are too slow and T-stops or toe stops don't work on the cement or on the entirety of the flat cement?
I agree.
So
toe stops are difficult to use while going forward outdoors. They're very difficult. In fact, they become scary because it's just like, this ain't working unless it's completely smooth. Plow stops are great when you're analyzing a situation. So let's say we're skating forward and I see something coming up ahead and I want to control my speed. Like here's me holding my dogs when I'm skating and I'm just trying to regulate speed. If you want to stop on a dime outdoors, you absolutely have to do a transition to a toe stop if you want to be safe and effective. There may be someone out there saying, no, Dirty, I don't wear toe stops. I can do that. Well, come skate the mean streets with me and show me how you can skate forward, stop on a dime with no toe. I'll tell you this, if there's a hockey player out there wearing inline skates, yes, you can do it. I love you for it. But I'm talking to roller skaters and particularly people who are venturing outside, okay, when you skate outside, you're gonna have to learn how to do a transition, toe stop. You can stop on a dime with that. I have not been hit by cars so many times because of that life-saving trick. I have not died while skating with my dogs because of that. I have straight up scared people just for fun executing that trick outside. So I do have a video for indoors on how to do that, but I will make it for outdoors as well.
How do you keep your outside wheels down when doing a T-stop? That is Alana again.
Okay, we'll go through this one more time, baby. It has to do with your big toe and your little toe. So when you skating forward, you go to do your T-stop, put your baby toe down. That's going to allow just your outside wheels to hit. Once your outside wheels hit, just drag the outer wheels. Don't even put the insides down until you have the outer wheels dragging to a point where you're slowing down, and then you can put the inside wheels down too for a full and complete stop.
Can you talk about the transition from stoppers to dance plugs?
Well, dance plugs are just what they're called, dance plugs. So if you are wanting to do dance skating and really be able to get up on your front wheels, you're gonna want to put in dance plugs. I can still do it, even though I have big toe stops, I can still get on my front wheels, no problem. But there are tricks that you can do with your toe stops in, they're really fun. So the transition is no big deal. If you're skating in a rink in particularly, or a defined outdoor space, and you say, hey, I'm gonna take off my toe stops, I'm gonna put dance plugs in, what's gonna end up happening is the first time you go to stop, if you were used to using your toe stops to stop, is gonna be real like, oh my God, what the hell was that? It's gonna be real like scary at first. So I'll tell you, focus more on your edges. Start skating like this and mentally tell yourself, I do not have toe stops on. Because a lot of times we push off on our toe stops to start. You're not gonna be able to do that. You're gonna have to have your skates like this, lean to your inside edge, push off, lean to your inside edge to push off, inside edge, inside edge. When you go to stop, you're gonna have to do T-stops, just like that. But otherwise it's fun because in dance skating you can do a lot of things up on your toes, and not having toe stops allows you to get way more up on your toes.
What is the easiest way to cross over when turning? Victoria Gonzalez.
If you're talking about crossing over while turning the corner, I'm gonna assume that's what you're talking about. A couple of things, of course, as always. I have a video on this, so make sure you watch it. When you're approaching the turn, look.
Here comes the princess.
I think the video game just said, here comes the princess. Okay. You need to look. Literally, look. As soon as I look what happens to my shoulder. Once my shoulder is in this position, my hip opens up. And here I am coming all the way around. You have to get that situation done first before you attempt to pick up one foot and cross over the other. So, when you do go to cross over, down, look, lean, lift with your hip, cross over, release. Down, look, lean, lift, cross, release. Down, lift, lean, cross over, release. Down, look, lean, lift, cross over, release. That's how you got to do it. If you're having a problem picking up your leg, do a lot of these. Scooter pushes are your friend. A lot of weight on one foot, push out, put the inside edge on the other. Down, up, down, up, down, up. All right. We got like 3 more minutes here. Any other fun stuff you guys want to talk about? Want to ask me any weird questions? Go ahead. We're at the rink here.
How long did it take for you to master skating?
Okay, I started skating when I was probably 3. So you guys have seen in the community page section of YouTube that I've started posting all these pictures. I've got like my grandmother from 1935. It's amazing. That's my grandmother on my mother's side. So my mom's mom. And then I got pictures of my dad's dad, who used to run the Eastern Parkway roller rink in Brooklyn, New York, back in the 40s. Skating. I've been in skating my whole life, right? But I have seen people start out in skating and get really good quite quickly. So I want you to know that no matter what you guys, whatever level you're starting at, if you are consistent with your practice, you will get really good, but you have to be consistent with your practice, okay? Number one thing I want you guys to know is when someone tells you, just go out and do it, just throw yourself into it. I was told at one point when I was trying to do something in a skate park, dirty, you just got to and do it. And I was like, oh, no, no. I took into account that I didn't want to kill myself. And number 2, that I didn't have the skills needed to execute something. I didn't have the technical knowledge. Find the technique. Once you have technique, you have something to practice. Once you start practicing, you gain confidence, okay? You can be a masterful skater. I cannot give you an amount of time. I had a bizarre advantage because I grew up in this, right? Both of my parents were skating teachers for decades, okay? My whole family did it. So saying, Dirty, how long did it take you? Well, I don't know, because I was just doing it my whole life. But one thing that I think I did right was I was a very consistent session skater. So I was an artistic skater, so I would go to practice with traditional jumps and spins and figure skating. But dude, all I really wanted to do was go to session and skate session. Skate over and over and over and over and over. So all you have to do, put your heart and soul into it and do it all the time. You got to skate by yourself, skate by yourself. If everyone thinks you're a big old weirdo because you're obsessed with roller skating, good. You know you're on the right track if people think you're crazy about it, okay? That is when you'll get good. But please, I'm talking to the youngest people out there right now. Please respect the fact that skating is a craft. It's an art. It's a sport that is full of things to discover. Don't think about just doing tricks. Think about being the best, most beautiful, masterful skater you can be. And that's by really focusing on all the fundamentals. You may not think, well, that's not fun for me. Yes, but in the long run, it'll make you a skater that other people want to watch and that you can feel. For us, skating, the goal is to get zen about it. To be able to skate and rise above all the stress and the shit that you have to deal with on a daily basis. When you get out there and you're skating indoors or you're skating outdoors and you get to that point where the rhythm of moving side to side just becomes so like one with the body and the mind, is when you really, really get the benefit of it. And the other part is, like when this one person told me, Dirty, you just gotta do it, and I was eating it, and I was not liking it, and then I had to go back at the skate park and teach myself how to do something. Once I really got it, hammered it over and over and over and over and over. So, if you have trouble stopping, and you finally figure out how to stop, don't move on. Hammer it over and over and over. Do that stop 100 times before you move on to the next thing, and then go back and do it 100 more times. Then it becomes 1. My God, that's just a full-on rant. I just felt like I had to get up, though. I had to get that out. You guys.
How can I turn from backwards to forwards? Very smooth and cool.
Okay.
With the sunglasses.
Okay. You're going to have to do this over and over and over. But we are backwards. We drop our body weight down. We're focusing on a back edge turn, 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 step, and skate. You have to focus on back outside edges. So I need you to, number one, be able to do this. If you can hold your back outside edge, then you can turn it to the back and skate. Back outside edges. Back outside edges. Figure out what a back outside edge is and then work it. All right, you guys, we have time for one more.
Ooh,
One more.
which one do I pick?
One more.
Sorry, I'm being choosy.
It's a lotto now. You guys can also let us know if you want Adrian and I to come back to the rink next week, do this all over again while we're still dealing with COVID. A lot of people ask me, when is the rink going to open? I'm not sure. The only guarantee is the rink will open. We're just not sure when. You know. At any rate, I hope you guys are doing really good. Hope everyone out there is learning how to outdoor skate right now. Any more questions? If not,
So many, Dirty. I'm gonna say,
just grab one.
I'm kind of confused on how to turn.
Okay.
Maybe just turn?
Okay.
I don't know. That one seemed like.
We're going to end it on this question because this question it involves everything that is skating, which is common to every single movement. All right. So if I wanted to skate forward and turn, or I wanted to skate forward and turn around, let's focus on the commonalities. Chin up. When I say chin up, meaning I don't want you to look down. Okay? Chin up. Shoulders straight across. What I mean by that, obviously I don't want them here, but I want them back. Back. Pull your shoulders back. When you pull your shoulders back, you tighten up your back, which is real good. Your snack area needs to be tight. When you think about going into a turn, number one, look in the direction in which you want to go. Stay right there. I'm going to come right to you. If I look at whatever I look at, I'm going to go straight to. Now, just like when you're driving a car or riding a bicycle, I need you to lean into the direction. As you lean into the direction you want to turn, you'll put weight on the foot closest to the side that you want to turn to. And that's how you turn.
Okay.
Put your whole body into it.
Are you sure you don't want to do one more?
Okay, one more.
This is Tara. Can you go over the waltz jump again?
Yes.
How do you get past the fear? I can use my edges on one foot in a circle.
Yeah, perfect. Okay,
So
let's talk about fear in general. Fear is healthy. Fear is basically your mind and your body going, we have not gone here before. We're not sure what's on that other side. We've never done this. Cool. The best way that you can practice doing a waltz jump on skates is to do a waltz jump off skates. The more you do it off skates, the better. Then put your skates on and see this carpeted area, which I call the kiddie casino carpet. I spent my childhood jumping on this carpet. We would jump with off skates, and then we would put skates on and we would jump around in the carpet. And then we would take it onto the floor and give it speed. So I need you to do it off skates, then put skates on carpet, and then do it out on the floor. Listen to that little bit of fear that is reasonable. Your fear is reasonable. Your body's saying, oh, I'm not sure if this speed, this floor, you're probably outside, am I right? So you're probably on concrete or a tennis court, and your brain's already like, yo, I'm not sure if this is a good idea. So off skates, then off the floor, onto the carpet, grass, whatever, sand. Do it with your skates on, not on the sand. Do it with your skates on, off the hard surface, and then go to the hard surface and you'll be good to go. I promise. Practice a lot.
all right, you want to flip it?
All
and
right,
say
we're
goodbye
going
to
to
your
flip it,
people?
yeah.
I don't know how, so I'll
Oh,
let
we'll
you
flip it. Hold on one second
see
here.
how you flip. Ah.
Maybe, okay. All right, you guys. I hope you like this. If you want Adrian and I to come back next week. We'll roll around the rink again. And we'll see you guys. You can send me questions ahead of time, and basically if you do that, I will start out with those questions. So I hope you guys had fun, and I hope you're out there finding your way to roll during this crazy situation. If you could please, feel free to share this video, subscribe to my channel. I would be so grateful. But can I just say that every time I read your guys' comments, I am not only grateful, but I feel honored to be in this position, to be able to just impart all the stuff that my parents taught me. Now, I've come from a very advantaged background when it comes to skating, because both my parents were figure skaters, freestyle skaters, speed skaters, pair skaters, and they taught me everything. So I am just here in the time I have left on this earth to give you guys what I know about roller skating. So anyway, I've got to go. I got some other stuff to do here at the rink, but I hope you guys are staying happy and healthy, and we'll see you next week. Just let me know if you want me to do it. Alrighty, skaters? Talk to you later. Bye.